Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to look at several articles that were put out by the Water Pokemon Master, John, at PokeBeach. A lot of cool stuff has been happening. Most of this information has been public for at least a few days, but some of the stuff just come out. So we're going to take a look at it, and now, there we go. All right, so pokebeach.com, pretty simple. Put in poke, P-O-K-E, and then beach, and then all kinds of stuff will come up through Google, but you could also just add .com there and you got it. All right, so we're going to go over some of these, but we're not going to cover everything. There's so many different things that get put out, it seems like, on the daily. But we're going to go all the way back to the 27th for the very first, or the 28th for the first item that we're going to look at, which is the collector chest. And so there's different products that are always getting released, especially this time of year. And this very first one here that we're going to look at features a Gardevoir and a Lucario. Both of them are Megas for the Mega Evolution set, pretty much. You can see you get 2 Mega Evolution packs, 2 Destined Rivals, 2 Journey Together. And let's look at the promos. Oh. All right, so we get Ralts, Kirlia, and Riolu. Some of you may like that, but to me, this is like, these are terrible promos. Mainly because it doesn't even look like they get anything particular. They might have like a Cosmos foil or something that makes them stand out, but they're not even promos. They're just cards reprinted from the set, and they're commons. You know, you stick all this on the front of the tin. You got the Mega Lucario and the Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, it's going to be on that little piece of paper sheet there, but you would think that the ones that are printed on the tin, you got a Mega Mawile, a Mega Latios or Latias. I'm not sure because I get those two mixed up. I thought they were blue and red, so maybe it's like different when they're mega or they're shiny. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I would have been looking for with the promos. Every now and then you get a really good collector chest, like the one with the Armored Mewtwo and the Charizard, like that was pretty boss. But these, you know, not so much. So this product, I think, is just going to be a standard product. It's going to be broken down for the booster packs mostly. It does come with other stuff like a mini album, usually some pencils, stickers, and a coin, you know, something like that. Whether or not it has all that stuff, I'm not really too sure. I want to say in the past it's been 5 packs, so 6 packs is nice. Maybe that was the previous ones as well. But anyways, the promos, usually I like to buy stuff based off of the promos, and yeah, there's nothing too cool there. So moving on to the next one. Mega Evolution pre-release promos released. Now this is a decent lineup. It's not like crazy, but you got Meganium, Inteleon, Lunatone, Alakazam. My favorite, I don't think it's going to be everyone else's favorite, is the Meganium. If you look at the Meganium here, the ability Wild Growth, each basic grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon provides 2 grass energy. So to me, like, this is a combo of the Meganium from Neo Genesis, which had this ability as well. And then you have Solar Beam, which was the main attack from Venusaur from base set. So the very first 2 stage 3, I guess you would say, or the third evolution in the line for the grass starter. You had Venusaur Meganium from the very first 2 generations. It's kind of combined into one card here. But I've always liked Meganium as well. Not many people like him over the other 2, but I do. I like Meganium. When we look at the Inteleon here, to me, I think it's pretty cool artwork, but I'm not particular for that. Alakazam, of course, Gen 1. I like Alakazam. And then the Lunatone, I could care less about Lunatone. He's just kind of there. You got him and Solrock. They got this little cool thing going on where one's the sun, one's the moon. But yeah, I like the Meganium out of the 4, but nothing here that's really stand out. No Gengars or Evolutions or, you know, something like really crazy that I think somebody's going to be going for. And I don't think any of the artworks in particular stand out either. So another kind of okay type deal, but these are going to come in your build and battle boxes. All right, next up we have the Mega Kangaskhan EX box. This is going to be a Jumbo Lenticular. Then you have the Mega Kangaskhan regular promo plus 4 packs. Looks like a couple of Destined Rivals and then Mega Evolutions, and I can't tell for sure on that one. Maybe that's another Mega Evolutions there. I just haven't got used to that set yet and figuring out which ones are there. But overall, I mean, it's okay. I don't think that this is going to be any type of standout product where you have a cool artwork or anything like that. But, you know, it'll probably be its own little promo. So as long as it's not like like the same Kangaskhan that you get inside of the set. All right, Mega Venusaur, probably the best product that we've seen so far in this video. Again, it looks like it's going to be a lenticular card. You got 1, 2 Mega Evolution, 1, 2, 3 Destined Rivals, and then it looks like 3 Journey Together packs. I don't know what's up with like the reusable sticker thing. You guys let me know if you think that that's something that people will like. But the fact that it's Venusaur, that's a step up, I think, from some of the other products we've seen so far. But again, not super standout. Cool that it is a Mega Venusaur, lenticular. They're just adding another element to the Jumbo itself. And then the promo, not too bad. I'll probably grade a few of those just for the heck of it. All right, next up we have the Mega Charizard Ultra Premium Collection Box. Now, you know I want to get excited about something like that. Of course, Charizard gets, more love really than anything else. But yeah, it looks like a pretty cool UPC artwork on the front there. Now, if we look at the products, the playmat looks nice. It seems to be stitched, so that's always a plus. I imagine this coin will be metal. We'll look at what PokeBeach said here in a minute to see if it actually is. For the booster packs, we get 4 Phantasmal Flames. Nice. So this will come out after the release of the second set in the Mega Evolution block. Then we have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 Mega Evolution packs. 1, 2, 3, 4 Destined Rivals, 4 Journey Together, and 2 Surging Sparks. So I think that's a really strong pack selection. And then the promo, I do like the promo. I think this is pretty cool. Much better than the other ones, I believe. And you can see down here, I don't know how far we can zoom in. Can I zoom in? I don't think I can zoom in anymore. Let me see if I can zoom in on the computer. No, it just... But it does look like it's going to be a Black Star promo. Sleeves are okay. Deck box, Charizard, you can always win with something like that. But I think this will be a solid product. Definitely not up there with like the previous Charizard UPC. But very nice product. I think the pack selection will help it do well in the long run. Let's see, does it say whether or not? Yep, metal coin. So it is a metal coin. So I think that'll be pretty cool. It almost looks like it's kind of etched on the negative space, so that would be cool if it was. All right, next up we have Phantasmal Flames was revealed, and I received a text from the Backroom Collectibles on Instagram. Good to always hear from him. He actually was like, hey man, there's probably going to be dropping soon since we've got all this information here on all the sets. Usually the next day is when the product will drop on Pokemon Center. And you can even see right here, pre-orders will likely open on PokemonCenter.com within the week. And I think it's usually like the next day after they reveal the products. But pretty cool stuff. You got the Phantasmal Flames. There's one of the booster pack artworks. Gengar, always good. Is that a Lopunny? And then we have Heracross. We had Heracross before. You can see right here, you've got the 3-pack blister. Sneasel, pretty cool card, but nothing too crazy there. Nice that they did Sneasel and Weavile, or Weevil. I'm not even sure what you do there, but just to have something kind of match it up. Cottony, nothing too special there, but same thing. Whimsicott. Then it looks like is that Mega Diancie as the coin. There's Hydrapple. Got Blaziken. I like the Blaziken. There's the booster bundle, build and battle. So you can have all these different products here, and so all of these were revealed. Of course, people are going to want the booster box. That's going to be the main thing that people go for. Here's the Elite Trainer. To me, this was kind of a dud. That's the promo, the Charcadet. I don't really care about Charcadet. I mean, you got Charizard on the front, Charizard on the sleeves. Charizard is one of the main things on the pack. And then I'm not really sure where the Charcadet kind of plays into Phantasmal Flames, but, he's got a flame on him, so at least he's like fire type. The artwork isn't particularly crazy. It just kind of looks like he's upstairs at a concert. So in the concert, you really can't even tell what's going on there. But so to me, that artwork isn't that great. But I would have picked a different Pokemon. I did see where some people really liked Charcadet and they liked that evolution line, so they were happy to see it. So it always surprises me how many people like. It seems like every single Pokemon. There's always like a fan group or a base where people are collecting them. They're going after it. When I made fun of the Mega Victory Bell, I mean, I got so much hate on Instagram over that. To me, it looks like a sack that has, it's wrapped around the top, but, it's just like a closed sack with a rope, but apparently it's a Victory Bell, and it's wrapped itself around its neck, and then it's got lips sticking out the top, but apparently it's like it's very popular among players of the game. And so to me, I thought it was weird, but like this, I don't really particularly care for Charcadet. I'm a fanboy, I guess, through and through of Generation 1. And there are some Pokemon that I really do like that are beyond that. Like Volcanion is one of my favorites. But very few people like Volcanion, right? So, I mean, why is that, one of my favorites? I don't know. Maybe it just stuck out. It's from a time when I was playing the card game. I really liked the Volcanion EX deck. But, yeah, so I don't think that this is going to be anything too crazy, but sealed, I mean, I think this is going to make a beautiful display. You can see you get your 9 packs there, and then you do get a nice Mega Charizard coin. I like that coin quite a bit. All right, and the kind of the talking point of this entire set that I've seen, you can even see it in the headlines up here, smallest English set in years. So like this is not a specialty set, but yet it's out of 94 cards. So that was what we had saw before. Accurate. It's out of 94 cards, which is kind of crazy. There's over 120 total cards. 13 illustration rare, 13 ultra rare mega evolution, 6 mega evolution EX. Let's see, it was Lopunny. How do I get out of this picture? All right. Heracross, Deancey, Lopunny, Gengar, Charizard, and Sharpedo. So Sharpedo was really the only one that wasn't alluded to in the different products that we've seen here. Yeah, I don't think I see Sharpedo on anything. No coins, nothing. And then 5 special illustration rare Mega Evolution Pokemon EX and supporter cards. So 5 in a set that this is this small. I mean, you're looking at 2 cases and you're going to be able to complete the entire set. Outside of like reverse hollows and assuming that you don't hit doubles of the special illustration rares. But yeah, so, well, I guess that's assuming that it's not 5 illustration rares for the Pokemon and then, you know, more for the supporter cards. It says and supporter cards. So that's really not that big of a set. Well, it's actually a very small regular set. It's one of the smallest we've had in years, but it's also a small subset of like ultra rares, illustration rares, whatever you want to call them. But in fact, it says right here that the last set that was similar to this was Undaunted when it had about 90 cards, which a lot of the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era were around that set number. I think Heart Gold base set, Heart Gold Soul Silver base set had a 102. Undaunted was maybe 90. You had Unleashed, might have been 90 as well. Triumphant, I can't remember for sure. Might have been 90s as well. But anyways, since then, you know, we've had sets that are a decent amount larger, and then more recently they've been very large. So having only 94 cards in the regular set before you even get to the ultra rares, I mean that is pretty small. But yeah, everybody's still excited about it. They were wanting to get some of this product, and so they were looking out for it to drop the next day in Pokemon Center. And look at this. Scalper groups clear out Phantasmal Flames from Pokemon Center before release. It's like, wow. Okay, so according to this at Pokebeach, the products were preloaded into Pokemon Center backend in preparation for launch. For over an hour, Scalper groups were somehow able to trick the checkout system into selling them products. So you can see right here where people had posted, I guess, screenshots of them checking out and paying for booster boxes or booster bundles, elite trainer boxes, and booster boxes. And you have all of these orders, successful checkout. So that's kind of crazy. So it never even dropped publicly. One Discord group named Hidden Society was able to collectively purchase at least 42,000 Phantasmal Flames products. In a message to paid members, a group admin, Robbie West, bragged, "This is our holiday season. Let the criers cry and the whiners whine. They can go tell their moms what happened today while we reap the benefits." Wow. And so I'm not going to read this because it looks like there is some cussing in there. So if you're looking up on the screen, definitely don't pause there to try to read if you got kids around. The group openly markets itself as the ultimate tool for upcoming entrepreneurs, providing exclusive information across various trending topics that put money back into our members' pockets. And it looks like Pokemon Center may be canceling some of those orders. We don't really know. And he says that it looks like some of the accounts have deleted their socials for potential backlash for what's going on here. But it is it's definitely interesting to see that now, like before the last release, I remember it did go public on Pokemon Center. I received a notification from the hobby bin, and I went on there and I tried to see if I could buy something. I couldn't get through the prompts on my phone. I haven't been able to buy something off of there since Battle Styles was like just in stock. And so you guys know that was on there for like years. And you could buy the booster boxes, and I bought some of those before the quantity all ran out. However, there was I also tried on my desktop. And when I tried on my desktop, I just kept getting this error page. And I tried for about 10 minutes, and I realized, you know, this is kind of useless. There's no way to even make it through. I assumed bots were just bogging the site down so much that people couldn't get through. And so it wasn't that great of an experience, and I've never had an issue, I guess you could say, with, you know, trying to figure things out like that if there's like clear instructions, because the hobby bin and other places as well had pretty clear instructions like, hey, if you get bogged down, you can like click this link and it'll take you to the item, add it to cart, and but I wasn't able to figure it out. And because I told myself I'm gonna actually try to get something off Pokemon Center at release just to see if it can work, and I can just see how the process is right now, but I couldn't. And then with this, nothing ever even came online as far as I understand it, because people were able to hack into the back end of Pokemon Center and just buy them completely out before the release ever happened. So it's kind of sad to see something like that happen, but it also makes you think, if people can figure it out that aren't inside of Pokemon, why can't Pokemon figure it out to where they can stop this from happening? I don't know the solution. I'm not a tech guy, but I would think that they would have a pretty extensive access to people who know how to build sites and make it to where people can't just hack in there and buy whatever they want. And if this is the case, what happened here, because I'm not a part of any of these the groups that we're talking about doing something like this. If this is the case and what's happened, and they cancel the orders, I imagine there will be another time where you're able to get in there and buy these products publicly. Whether or not it's going to be, botted down or bogged down on the site where you can't access it again, that may be the case. But right now, Pokemon is just so hyped up. Like, there's so much going on. People want to buy these products at MSRP plus tax, and then there's still enough room there that they can take these products, put them online somewhere, and then they can sell them to other people even after paying their fees, additional taxes, and shipping. They're still making money. So because the margin is there, that's why this is happening. And as long as that margin is there, you're going to have people trying to figure out a way to make that money. And for me, it's not as sad because, I'm coming from a place where I don't typically buy off Pokemon Center or go to Walmart or Target and buy, because I've had distribution for so long. I do have allocations that I get. So I'm very thankful and I'm blessed in that way. So I don't have to worry about getting my product, and I actually get it for a decent price less because I've been buying through distribution for a long time. Now, after the fact, that's not the case. Like I get in a certain amount of allocation before release comes, but after that release is hit, then, I'm paying closer to market price, or at least now I am anyways, through distribution. Like I said, when the last wave hit for Destined Rivals, I was able to buy, a small amount of booster boxes at 250. And this is when they were about 300. And of course, they went up since then because everybody immediately ran out. If you didn't buy at 250, then, you just kind of missed out. We could see prices come way back down as we imagine it should, because we've been so used to prices always coming back down in Pokemon. Anytime we've ever seen a surge up, it's never been this high. So like right now, we're in an unprecedented time where prices are very, very high. Speculation is very high. Investors, they're trying to jump in. You've got all these retail stores, hardware stores, all kinds of places. Like you go into gas stations and they have Pokemon product. So they have a brick and mortar. They're trying to get in. They're just trying to buy product and they're trying to sell it because there's so many people wanting product. And so it's hard to say for sure one way or the other if we're going to see prices come back down in the short term. Long term, I would think there's a good chance of it. But right now, that demand has to come back. As long as that demand stays up here, like, it's pretty tough. But I will say this, for those of you who are wondering about like the non-modern or the non-in-print modern prices, there's a lot of super high prices right now. Sun and Moon, X and Y, black and white product. A lot of people are selling. There are a lot of people who are jumping ship and they're letting their collections go, and it has pushed the prices down on some products, although there are still many products that are increasing in price. But that's a whole nother discussion. Thank you, PokeBeach, for all of the information that you have shared, over the years, that you put out in articles. It's very interesting to see these pictures and have a nice, easy way to access them, especially high quality. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have questions or comments, or you have news to add to any of the stuff that I've said or correct that I've stated out of place, please feel free to put it down there in the comments. I've been wrong about many things in the past, and I'm sure I'll be wrong in the future as well. Thanks.